To start with, the art in this is fun. It's your standard manga style, which isn't necessarily exciting or unique in any way, but I still find it enjoyable all the same. It's very expressive and mostly clean. It's not perfect by any means, but if you're looking for that standard manga style that's overall clean, look no further. Aka in particular is stunning. He's the most expressive of our cast, and is that loud, tenacious, and beautiful power bottom that I desperately crave more of. He's everything. So he is sweet, but he's no Aka. But where this really sings is the premise. Omegaverse talks about fate all the time. I love a good fated mate story because there's something so beautiful and comforting when reading about a love that transcends everything and is declared fate. But you know what's better? A love that transcends even fate, which is what we have here. It's a love that is chosen despite fate being right there. Aka has already met his fated partner and has had the opportunity to be with him multiple times, but he knows that fate can get it wrong. He knows his true love that is for him and would support him, is not with his fated partner. If that doesn't make you swoon, I don't know what will. Love that you choose beating out love that fate chooses has me in a chokehold, and I'm so here for it. Unfortunately, as much as this premise is winning for me, there are parts of this narrative that aren't going to be a win for most people, and while these aspects don't bother me, I think it's important to share them for those who would rather avoid them. This is pretty heavy on the non-con. There are multiple scenes, some more visible than others. I've mentioned numerous times that non-con isn't a problem for me, but I want to make sure I mention it regardless. There's a scene between an existing client and Aka that is completely visible from start to finish. There is then another moment between Aka and his fated mate that we don't see, but it's pretty clear that an unwanted encounter occurred. Both are disturbing for different reasons, but either way, if you're looking to avoid non-con, avoid this title. Before we close out, I would be doing this title a disservice if I didn't mention a unique element of this title that I haven't seen in Omegaverse settings that really turns the genre on its head. Usually when there's trauma for an alpha or omega regarding secondary sexes, it's almost always omegas having issues with alphas or alphas having issues with omegas. In this, however, Soe, the alpha, is traumatized by other alphas. It comes off as an aversion to omegas to begin with, but there's an interesting turn where Soe comes in to rescue Aka from another alpha, only to be fearful of the alpha. It's a powerful moment that I don't recall seeing in any other Omegaverse, and that upped the ante for the entire narrative as it ultimately ends up being alpha versus alpha for Aka.